You're listening to the local glow.
Performing my music live was definitely just a push to sort of get over a lot of my fears, and it's helped a lot. I know I can personally say that my religion has definitely benefited me with my mental illness. Thinking about like this existence, living with such intense anxiety at some points, knowing there's more is really great.
My name is Tarek Shahada, and you are listening to The Local Glow, an independent podcast production out of Chicago, Illinois, about local music in the communities and DIY spirit that keep it alive. In this episode, we'll hear from Sarah Garner, a native of Rockford, Illinois, as she shares and discusses 4 songs from her solo folk project, Trees Wanna Fly. Sarah's writing is soft and tranquil. Her voice is sweet, delicate, and poised. However, her lyrics reveal the timidity of her spirit and the cloud of uncertainty that her writing serves to help guide her through. And Sarah is as scared as any of us by the specter of every unknown fear that the human condition holds in store. But her faith and the undeniable strength that glows within her declares loud and clear that life is worth working your butt off for.
It's alright, I'll do it for you. Don't worry, I said I got it. It is sweet the way you trust me in dealing with yourself. You don't know that I'm a liar. That's alright, I don't know either. The tide is coming on in now. Please tell me which way I must go. Things are passing quickly. I catch on to what I can. Hit the ground so softly. Oh my la 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 la. Can I doubt the look in your eyes? I'm sorry, did I already say that? Yesterday I could do this. Am I the same child? It's not fair to bear the sorrow. I'll whine today, better tomorrow. It's alright, is it alright? I won't do it again. Things are passing quickly. I catch on to what I can. Hit the ground so softly. Oh my la 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 la. It's alright, I'll do it for you. Don't worry, I said I got it. It is sweet the way you trust me in dealing with yourself. You don't know that I'm a liar. That's alright, I don't know either. The tide is coming on in now. Please tell me which way I must go. I think I'm walking backwards. I won't do it again.
I can't get enough of that melody. I remember, I think from the first time that I saw you at Disaster House in Rockford,
Yep.
that melody just stuck with me. It's just something that kind of gets caught in your ear, and the lyrics. I was reading them as I was listening to you play, and I think the sort of flowy feel that you were talking about that comes with the way that you kind of like write as you go. And this one you said you kind of got fairly intentional with, but just kind of like it still has a really natural conversational feel. Yeah, it makes me wonder though, who are you talking to?
Just I think probably people at church mostly, because I'm Mormon, and it's a very, very social church, of which you get a lot of expectations on you almost. And I think at that time it was actually, pretty sure I was a leader, because I'm in the young single adult ward, and I was in charge of the young single woman of, I was as it's called, the Relief Society leader, and I was terrified because it was a lot of work. Because I was in charge of like getting the lessons together each Sunday. I was in charge of like putting together like service activities and like just in general making sure all of the welfare of the women were good, and just like So I'm pretty sure that at that time that's where I was. But I mean, there's a whole bunch of other things, just like family and friend wise, that like this song pretty much covers. And I was thinking about, but
I feel like there's something that it really kind of hits on when it says, "It's all right, I'll do it for you. Don't worry, I said I got it. It's sweet the way that you trust me in dealing with yourself." Is there like something specific, like a specific person that you're talking to, or a person that is talking to you there?
Not necessarily. I guess it's just sort of in regards to the way I feel like I'm almost lying to people because they don't know how freaking terrified I am sometimes of interacting with them. I just have so many people who have trusted me with doing even just like small tasks. And there's nobody in particular, just everybody. Yeah.
Cool. You said it's the first song that you ever wrote.
Yes.
Wow.
It is.
Nicely done.
Oh, thanks.
That's a good way to start. Yeah. Wow. How did you feel about the song when you first wrote it? Was it like it was probably like a new feeling for you, right?
Oh yeah, really new. Well, because I never thought I could write music. Like, I picked up the ukulele because I wanted to ultimately learn how to play the guitar, and it was just a really simple instrument.
That's a good idea.
And so I would learn all my favorite folk songs because I learned how pretty those sound on the ukulele, and I never thought I could play my own songs, write my own music. It just seemed completely unattainable until like I saw an interview of Meryl Garbus. It's Tune Yards is her band. And she plays ukulele, and it's, it's gorgeous what she does. It's like, well, not always gorgeous. It's like really ugly sometimes too, but like in the best way. And she was just talking about how like she always thought that writing music was really unattainable until she picked up a ukulele. So after I saw the interview, I'm like, yeah, I can do that too. And but this song was really weird because it really came bizarrely naturally. I was literally just on the front porch of my house waiting for my dog to go potty, and I was playing my ukulele, and it just kind of was playing around with the chords I already knew from all the covers I would do, and I was just like, wow, this sounds nice. And I just started humming along with it, and it just kind of naturally came along. And part of the lyrics came, I can't remember what all. Definitely the first little section came to me right away. And then after that, I sort of like word vomited and brought it to my friend Izzy, and she helped me with clearing it up a bit. But yeah.
And your friend Izzy, where is she right now?
She's right like 5 feet away from me.
There's another person in here for those listening. Izzy, you don't have a microphone, but say hello.
Hi.
That's Izzy.
That's my girlfriend right there.
She's awesome.
I love her.
She once gave me a scare. She told me that Joni Mitchell was dead.
It's going to haunt her forever.
It's going to haunt me forever. She's alive as of this recording. I love Joni Mitchell. That scared me. But we're getting along now, Izzy and I. So your name is Trees Wanna Fly, your artist name. You said earlier that came from an old username?
Yep.
Is this like a Zanga username? Is this
might as
like
well
an
be.
AIM? Is this like an Elf Town?
Well, this is gonna
Laura was on Elf Town.
This is gonna dig up into some gross past. It was. Oh dear. It's a YouTube account actually. I used to make YouTube videos.
Were you like a vlogger or like a funny video, like sketch person?
I was a vlogger. I mean, to go really nitty gritty of like the past, I started out making Twilight vlog videos.
Oh my!
Of which I will never ever reveal the name of that channel because it was like,
isn't it Trees Wanna Fly?
No, thank the Lord.
Really?
No, that's like a later period because
okay.
I had a group of friends. We had one of those collab channels where each person would take a day and we would talk about Twilight on different subjects. And yep,
that's really cool, but also really hilarious.
Yeah,
we've all got embarrassing pasts like posted on YouTube.
Oh, gosh, yeah, but that was like I was real little. I was like 13. When I did that, I might have been like 12 actually, in the later portion, like almost 13. But yeah, so I started out making Twilight vlog videos, and then I got more and more into it because I was really just digging the very cathartic kind of creative process of sitting behind the camera and talking to it. And I started making my own videos on my own channel that the title is Trees Wanna Fly, and that just kind of became part of my regime of usernames that I use for different sites. And it was my username on Tumblr until I decided to do, because on Tumblr there's like this trend of when a holiday comes around, you alter your username just a little bit to go for the season. So I did Trees Wanna Spook for like a a Halloween sort of deal. But then somebody took my username and like under a day.
Somebody took Trees Wanna Fly?
Yeah, I forgot to save it. So now my Tumblr username is Trees Are Content on the Ground. Yeah.
That tells a story. Trees want to fly, but they don't have to.
Yeah, they're content on the ground also. Yeah. Yeah, so it just kind of, I've always been into trees too. I had this ongoing joke with my middle school art teacher, of which I love her dearly still, and occasionally we'll still be in contact, where I would put trees in like the background of like all my art. So she gave me this big tree book at the end of my my middle school career, I guess, and with just a bunch of reference pictures. And so I think that also played into it because I like trees a lot, and I do use them in my art a lot too. So, yeah.
You've got a few more songs that you're going to be playing for us. What is the name of the next one that you want to play?
The next one is called Maybe I. The lyrics came the most easily in this song out of all my songs for some reason. But basically the context for the song is me and dealing with apathy and my intense fear of stagnancy. It's great. With my anxiety, when it becomes very extreme, it turns into depression, disassociation, or just straight up apathy, where I just kind of like push myself away from things. This song almost kind of jokes about it in a way. I have a really bizarre humor with it.
Lately these days, I keep seeing things out of the corner of my eyes. Maybe I should trim my bangs, maybe I should get more shut-eyed. Lately these days, I keep holding in my breath. Maybe I should do some yoga, maybe I should go get some fresher air. Lately these days, I keep sleeping in far too late. Maybe I should eat more veggies, maybe I should drink more clean water. Maybe I should make my bed, maybe I should clean my clothes. Maybe I should make more art, maybe I... Lately these days, I've been feeling far more alone. Maybe I should take a walk, maybe I should go get perspective. Lately these days, I keep thinking far more about death. Maybe I should make more friends, maybe I should change my meds. Maybe I should take a bath, Maybe I should drink more milk. Maybe I should get more protein. Maybe lately these days, all I seem to do is whine. Maybe I should slap myself. Maybe I should just progress. Maybe I should just move on. Lately these days, lately these days, lately these days, maybe
Yeah, that's fun.
Are these things that you would hear? Like, there are all these ideas, things that maybe you should do.
This whole song is essentially conversations I have with myself all the time. So, as I said, I used to make YouTube videos. I used to do vlogging, which is literally talking by yourself to a camera. So it was a lot of thinking out loud and mind vomit. And so I have this horrible habit now ever since I was 14 of talking to myself and almost belittling myself out loud, which is what this song is. Just kind of like my anxious thinking about how frustrated I am with myself and all the things I should be doing to help myself move forward, or just how to be a bit more healthy. And so this is just a song about me whining to myself and being frustrated. And this is definitely one of the biggest songs, of which putting it all down in words and basically singing it sometimes is really, really cathartic, because it definitely helped bring to awareness my kind of awful habits of doing this to myself. But so it's all literally a list of things that drive me crazy. Probably one of the lines that resonates with me the most is the protein line, because I'm really bad at feeding myself, and I'm practically anemic because I don't ever get enough protein. So I always scream at myself at the end of the day when I realize I've only eaten 2 candy bars, and I'm like, wow, I should get protein and I should be dead. But yep.
When did you start, at what age did you start feeling these things and start feeling the anxiety?
Let's see. I mean, I guess in middle school was just the beginning, maybe with puberty, good fun times. It's probably just the very beginning. But when it really started to set in was around freshman year of high school. I was in the gifted program, of which I definitely could have handled all the work, but I don't know what it is about the program that just really got me. I just additionally, I don't know, just growing up and realizing all the things that really scared me. That's when everything started really setting in, and the anxiety became a lot worse. That just increased at that point. And by about my junior year, that's where things became even more fun and became disabilitating anxiety, which then turned into depression. And so I've had a fun party time with all of that. Definitely a lot of it is physiological, and I think because the physiological additionally became learned anxiety almost. My personal triggers, formal education is my number one. For a long time, it was social anxiety. That's been getting a lot better with confronting it.
In the doc that you sent me earlier, about kind of your story getting into music, you talk about your fear of performance and stuff. When performance anxiety with music, especially solo stuff, is really huge. That's not a small thing, it's not a small hurdle to jump, but it seems like you're just very headstrong with it, and you just kind of decide what you want for yourself, and you make it happen, and you do it despite the barriers that come in your way. And I think that's super cool. And learning these elements of the story, of the background to your music and stuff, just makes the music kind of come to life even more, and I don't know, there's just a very obvious like strength to what you're doing.
Oh, thanks. Yeah,
I love
like with performing live. So I've always been I hate the word creative, but I guess that kind of is what fits. Sure. But I always have used creative artistic outlets, and I'm always fairly intuitive with things, and with like visual arts, it works very well just to kind of keep it to myself because I can see it all the time. But it just felt with music as sort of the natural progression to try to share it with others. Yeah. And also a big part of it was just I've been preparing to try to serve a mission for a full-time mission for my church for like the past 4 years, which usually doesn't take that long for a person to do that. But because of social anxiety and everything like that, I've had a lot of delays. But I've made a buttload of progress within like the last 2 years. And just like performing my music live was definitely just more so a push to sort of get over a lot of my fears, and it's helped a lot. It's been awesome. And yeah, because I mean, I do theater, and I do have a job as a princess for like birthday parties. But
sounds awesome.
It's so much fun. But with those things, I'm not myself. I'm a separate persona. It's very instantaneously gratifying. It's so much fun. But yeah, I'm not myself in those environments. But with going up and playing my own music, I am myself, and it's like the most terrifying thing for me. Especially, it's been really bizarre additionally because, so with my anxiety, I sometimes don't know how to process feelings, even if they're positive. So I remember after my very first show, I got a lot of really good feedback, and it was horrifying. Like, I was just like, what is happening? What am I feeling right now? I just like, it sent me into a mini panic attack, and I'm like, whoa, well, now I know what I need to work on. So that's more so why I kept like pushing myself to play more live shows. It's not, I don't really like the attention on me personally. It's just kind of, it's more so just to help me grow. So yeah. Wow. Yep.
That's so cool that you're pushing yourself to do something so hard.
Yeah.
You're listening to The Local Glow, produced here in Chicago, Illinois. You can listen to every one of our episodes and find show notes and more online at thelocalglow.libsyn.com, or find us on Facebook at facebook.com/thelocalglow. Or even better, grab your phone and subscribe to The Local Glow on your favorite podcast app. It's free and easy, and frankly, all of your friends are doing it. We're brand new and are still trying to get the word out about this podcast, so please give us a like and a share if you enjoy what you hear. Now, back to the show. How do you like living in Rockford? How long have you been in Rockford your whole life?
Just about. I mean, both my parents were actually Rockford natives. And Rockford is it's a fun place, interesting. The music scene is entirely pop punk and emo, and I'm just kind of like, hey, I play folk, so I don't get to play shows in Rockford that often. I don't get asked too very much, so yeah.
There's not a lot of women in the Rockford scene.
Oh no, not at all. It really sucks. Because, which is something that's very interesting initially with getting into the Rockford music scene, because I didn't even think about it initially until like I played my first show and I realized, oh my gosh, there's like no girls playing in this scene at all. I feel like I'm still not really in the scene per se, and I'd really like to change that. Just because I wish so badly that there'd be more representation, and because I feel like there are a lot of girls that they're involved, they go to shows regularly, and they have talents that they could share, but they don't. And it is a lot of guys just constantly, they're inviting their other, I mean, they're putting themselves out there, but it's a very intimidating environment for a girl to go into. But yeah.
Do you know other women in music in the Rockford area who are just like not in the scene, or does it seem like there's just not much interest?
I don't know. I don't know anybody else, any other girls. Like, I can't even think of their names, but I know I went to, like, an open mic with this one girl with a gorgeous voice, of which she says that she, like, collaborates with people every once in a while, but I don't think she ever does any real performances on her own. She just sang, like, covers of things. It makes me really sad, because I think we just need more girls in music, especially in Rockford. They could use it a lot.
So if you're out there...
If you're out there.
This is your sign.
Yeah, that's my dream, is to have it like a girls' night, like Riot Girl, the GRRRL, like all girls' night set list. I dream of that. Please.
Make it happen. You can do it.
I could, maybe. I'll try. Yeah. I don't know anybody.
In your music and in your performance, are you trying to share something with the people that you're singing to? It looks like your music started from such a personal place. Do you find now that you have like a stage, do you feel like you're being listened to?
Well, I know personally with my own standpoint when it comes to art, and especially with music, is that everything has great meaning to it. And I think, like, in many cases when you perform live or you see a new band, you don't initially, like, get the meaning behind the songs. And quite truthfully, I hope that people don't get the initial meaning and they're just like, oh, this is some nice sounding stuff. Because it would be terrifying if everybody was like, whoa, that girl got problems, don't she? And really, but it's been bizarre because I have started getting people who have been definitely looking to my music more, and so I would definitely like to be able to take that obligation up more and share a message and story as I get more into all of this. Though I don't know how far into this I'm going to get, because this is still definitely kind of like a personal endeavor just to push myself and get myself more comfortable in. But yeah, I'd really love to be able to do that.
All right, so we'll hop into this next song coming up here.
Yay.
It is titled Untitled.
Yeah. Okay, so as I was saying earlier, oh gosh, I'm so bad with deadlines. But this, I wanted to be able to have another song original to be able to play for the very first time I played, and I had it all written down and the melody along with my guitar, but I didn't have lyrics yet, and so I actually for my performance, my first time I played, I was in a play at the same time, and I actually had to go straight from the matinee performance to the show.
Oh boy.
So, and I was like, I don't have a song. I need one more song. I need lyrics. So I was sitting in the dressing room, just coming up with just the most vague, ridiculous, like folky sounding lyrics. I mean, there's one line in this song that I actually came up with previously. But otherwise, it sounds kind of cool. And, it sounds like it could be some sort of, I don't know, post-apocalyptic sort of, like, parents' regrets of I don't know. I mean, originally it just, was untitled because it didn't have a title. But I think I might just be keeping it that way. And, it sounds cool. I like it. So, yeah.
We dragged our feet into the room and sat among the empty pews. The light that brought us here was a lie in the end. Oh, the hole we hoped to fill with rain, it bore the storm just barely. We couldn't find the crows or throne that once was ours. 'Cause If we had waited for another week or two, a month or more, then maybe we could have the chance to see them once again. But we could not take that chance this time. We could not take that chance this time. No.
So, can you tell us a little bit about your family?
My family?
Yeah. How did it come about that there are 10 of you? 10 of you siblings?
Well, we're Mormon, so it's just lots of babies happen almost naturally. I guess in northern Illinois, which is not Utah land, it's not as normal for there to be 10 babies, but it kind of just happened. I mean, there's no additional marriages. It's my mom had all 10 babies somehow. It's really great because she basically had babies up to the point where her oldest baby could have babies. So there's always a baby in the house. Oh. It's great. And it's just the most hectic, insane environment because it's as I said earlier, like it's just a slew of mental illness. Like if somebody doesn't have anxiety issues, it's ADHD or depression, and it's weird because we're actually all very smart. Try to think of a better term than smart, but yeah, we're all pretty smart kids and very aware for the most part. I think all of our fun mental health issues kind of help to that in a way, just because we all work very hard to be aware of who we are as individuals, and it's an interesting environment. Yeah.
So now I don't know much about like Mormon culture, but I know that in like different religious environments, sometimes, you know, mental illnesses can be kind of an odd and like touchy topic, you know, because, well, I guess for a number of reasons. Did you find that to be true in your household, or was it kind of?
I feel like Mormons cover the subject of mental illness pretty well. Like there's actually one of our church leaders who had a talk. I think it's what is it called? But it's really good, and it's talking all about mental illness and how it's sort of along with the lines of physical ailments, mental illness should be treated the same way, and you should seek help as need fit. And there's definitely a lot of great awareness with that, especially over the last like 5 years or so with that in our church. It's really great, and it's definitely benefited our family a lot. Our religion is very intrinsic with who we all are, and definitely I think I know I can personally say that my religion has definitely benefited me so dang much with my mental illness and being kind of aware and having, just because thinking about like this existence, living with such intense anxiety at some points, like being like, is that all? Is that it? What's even the point of this existence? Knowing there's more, and just like is really great. And yeah,
that's really cool. Because I know, you know, I've had friends and family who have had mental illnesses, and kind of in the context of religion, it can be like I guess in a way like a stumbling block of like, oh, you know, this depression or anxiety, it's a sign of a like a lack of trust or a lack of faith or something like that, and which can be so damaging, you know, when, you know, can have it on the other side of the spectrum where it can be, your beliefs and your faith can be an encouragement to help you get through it and to help you kind of bear the load and stuff. And that's super cool to hear.
Oh, yeah.
That's awesome.
And especially with, so as I said, I've been preparing to serve a full-time mission, which has been a fun party time with the anxiety and everything. And like over the past, I'd say, once again, like 5 years or so, the church has been a lot better with confronting issues of depression and anxiety on missions, because there have been a lot of cases of missionaries being sent home for that. And like, so I feel really thankful that I have had the delay. It's kind of like strengthened my faith more in a way, just that I've had the opportunity to additionally take the time and learn about anxiety and just, so I feel like I'm finally prepared for the first time ever. So it's cool.
And do you feel like you might incorporate that into your mission?
Heck yeah.
Yeah?
Definitely. Yep.
That's awesome. Man, another example of a really tough thing that you're making yourself do. You've got some kind of crazy headstrongness about you. So cool. Oh man. Okay, so we've got one more song coming our way, right?
Yes.
What's it called?
I can't remember. Which one is it? I forgot what I named it. Because this
incomprehensive is what I've got here.
Incomprehensive. Yes, that's right. Because I think that title is pretty hesitant. So yeah, because the song more or less is it's all about. I really, really, I don't make close friends easily at all. I'm really lucky right now. I actually have like 4 friends. It's awesome. that live here. I have like one really good friend that got married and moved away. But otherwise, I don't, because I don't make new friends easily, and I definitely don't make close friends easily at all, just because I'm terrified of people knowing about me well, because, if you haven't gotten the gist of that at all. So there's been a couple of relationships, like when I feel like a relationship is coming to the end, I get really scared, and it's almost a touchy subject in a way, because I'm afraid that people would listen to this. I really hope that the allegory kind of comes across in the lyrics here. They're kind of very vague. Yeah, I found myself in this just very, very naive state of mind, because I feel like I'm very much so a pushover. I want people to like me and to not hate me at all. So I will do a lot to make sure that doesn't happen. And I find myself doing definitely looking back, doing too much for people that aren't very deserving. And this song kind of covers that. How just kind of very stupidly naive I feel looking back, and sort of the regrets with that, and just because there's still a part of me that just feels really sad about the fact that like these sort of relationships had to end the way that they did, and like I just still feel like crap. They knew me so well, but they're not there anymore because they couldn't like handle it. I don't know.
The trees aren't so green today. We hide in the shadows of the hollow. You were always too bright for me. choices smothered in fear. One day soon I will come home. One day soon I will come home. One day soon I hope to come home. One day I wish to come home.
Since recording this interview in the fall of 2016, Sarah has actually begun a mission in Utah through her church. With all the growth she's experienced over recent years and the support of her loving family and friends, she seems to be doing really well and is extremely grateful for the opportunity. Here's a quick word from a note she posted just before she left. Okay, my lovely friends, in only 3 hours I am being set apart as a missionary for the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. It's been a long and extremely worthwhile journey for me to finally get to this point. I have made so many new friends that have blessed me so greatly and helped me to grow in ways I never imagined possible. I've never had so much support in my life as I have had this last year, and I will never forget it. She'll be out of touch while on her mission, but if you'd like to send her a note of encouragement while she's away, send it to us at thelocalglow@gmail.com, and we'll be sure to forward it her way.
If you'd like to support today's artist, you can buy each of their tracks from this performance through our website for just a few bucks. Many thanks to Paul Schaefer of It and Austin Duncan of Snayl for providing original music for this episode. Check them out on Facebook and Bandcamp if you want to hear some more. This episode was produced by me, Tarek Shahada, with music mastering by Luke Smith. A big thank you to everyone out there who contributed to making this episode happen. Find us on Facebook at facebook.com/thelocalglow and give us a like and a share if you've enjoyed listening. You can also find all of our episodes as well as show notes and more on our website at thelocalglow.libsyn.com. And of course, find us and subscribe on your favorite podcasting app. Interested in joining our production team or being featured on a future episode, or just want to say hello? Shoot us a message at thelocalglow@gmail.com. Thanks for listening.